Hello and welcome to the Carnegie Murrumbeena report for May 2024. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm your Samuel.
You are indeed, and we often joke of GPTV on our weekly show with Philip that the Samuel brothers ride into town, anything can happen, and plenty of sales are made and great results are formed, and that's what's happened. Great results are produced. And we're both a little bit hoarse.
We are.
Maybe it's from screaming with the horse that we actually have a little share of, which won on Saturday, Chorlton Lane. Keep a watch on that horse.
What a
It's
horse,
a good one.
what a win. And I've definitely lost my voice from that, Gary. I thought doing 7 auctions in 2 weeks was the difference, but I think that sort of gave it away in the end.
No, the auctions are nothing compared to screaming down that Caulfield track. But anyway, a little bit of a thrill for us there. But let's talk about the bigger thrill, which is those people that are buying houses and for those that are selling and moving on with their lives. And an interesting theme at the moment, we just sort of had a little chat before we started the show, that there have been a number of people that have moved from their house but couldn't let it go.
That's right.
And they just couldn't part with it. And I know that when I sold my home 13 years ago and bought another home, I was really hoping and trying to keep the home I had because I knew how great it was. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford to, like most people can't afford to. But then there are a few people that could afford to, but then couldn't ultimately afford to do it. And it's an interesting thing.
It's hard to let go. The emotion gets in the way. There's a lot of memories. And as the theme we're talking about, we'll cover off some sales. The funny thing is, like, people have bought new homes, gave us the opportunity to rent it out for them for 1 or 2 years, and then obviously the time sort of come to move on to free up the cash, and we sold them, and all of them had been very competitive as well. So it just shows you the type of real estate they're holding had been very popular.
They knew it. Those people knew it. That's why they didn't want to sell, but very expensive exercise to have a valuable home, go and buy another home, and then actually keep the home. It's an expensive exercise, isn't it?
In today's world, especially.
Today's world, in theory it sounds great because you can get some rent and it's a beautiful property, but then when the land tax hits you and the interest rates go up, it becomes a very, very tricky exercise. But anyway, they've had some great results. So let's review some of them, can we?
We should. 55 Tranmere Avenue, Carnegie, sold after auction for some great clients of ours. It was a fabulous period home with a modern extension and a swimming pool, and one of the top end sales for the year so far.
Congratulations and well done. It was a lovely home, and sometimes it does take a bit longer. It doesn't always happen at auction, but so often it does happen, and sometimes before. Let's talk about St Vincent Street, Caulfield East.
St Vincent's auction, also a bit of a theme, Gary. Some of these auctions have been so popular that we've actually had to bring the auction in a week or two earlier, and this one happened to be, and we did it for the sake of a transparent manner. We had a lot of buyers jumping at it, and we thought, you know what, let's bring the auction to a Sunday morning, and 19 St Vincent Street, Caulfield East, was an amazing outcome because we ended up having 3 bidders. The first bid was like in excess of 1.3 and ended up selling all the way to 14.50 in this lovely cul-de-sac location in Caulfield East.
We might be a Melbourne-based agent, but we do some business in Adelaide. Actually, not really Adelaide. Adelaide Street in Murrumbeena. Tell us about this property.
Thought we cover off on this one, Gary, because we've seen one of a pairs, the old brick pair, extended outwards with modern renovations. And if you see what the townhouses, the side-by-sides these days, the 2-story ones, this one was one of those deco one of a pairs, and I can tell you it was the most beautiful and most amazing renovation, north-facing rear, and that sold for $1,825,000 for a renovated one of a pair. 4
bidders competing in Elliott Avenue in Carnegie for this terrific property.
Well, I love the story here, Gary, because the result of this auction led to us at Gary Peer & Associates selling another 2 off the bat. So we sold this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom for $741,000, and credit to Mark Wynn and Dizzy Wang from our office who had several underbidders. The 2 underbidders that have missed out on it, we ended up selling 2 others in that same complex as well. So great work by the team there.
Incredible. Kangaroo Road, I know that when Christian was working on that, he said, I'm very busy on this one. There's a lot of interest. And so it was. 4 bidders for this property.
Definitely not to skippy over this one, Gary, because it was a great auction. One of 2 on the block opposite Kangaroo Road Park there, and where we sponsor Murrumbeena Junior Football Club and the Cricket Club as well. This Villa unit, one of 2, also had 4 bidders going for it. Ended up selling for $942,000 for a lovely first-home buyer.
That one in Kangaroo Road really jumped, didn't it? Let's talk about Belsize Avenue in Carnegie. 7 bidders.
7 bidders. An auction. I rolled into the auction, probably about 200 people there, Gary. 7 bidders going for this one of a pair. And on the theme of an owner selling their own home after renting it out for a few years, and that was definitely the case with this one. And sold for $1,427,000 for this fabulous one of a pair in a beautiful pocket of Carnegie.
Leo, we finish off in Murrumbeena Road, another popular property, 5 bidders for that, well handled by Oliver Quinn. Tell us a little bit about this property.
So sold for an old Caulfield Grammar schoolmate of mine. A fabulous outcome here. 5 bidders went for this villa unit. We always talk on the Murrumbeena Carnegie report how popular villa units are, and this one sold very competitive, in a competitive manner at auction, and sold for $875 for a 2-bedroom villa unit with a fabulous courtyard.
So kind of in that 750 to kind of 1.3, 1.4 range, a lot of action in that particular bracket by the looks of things.
Yeah, and I say so because for those buyers that aspire to get into a freestanding period home and they don't want an apartment because they want something a bit more in terms of accommodation, that sort of sweet spot in the middle is where the demand has definitely been.
Let's talk about what's been listed. We're in May, and May is a busy auction month, Leo, as there's no breaks in May, for anything. Long weekends.
No distractions, home
no
straight.
distractions, no long weekends, no religious
Restart.
holidays,
Out of the way.
no major sporting events. It just
Except for
runs
Carlton,
through.
how that close the other day, the Blues, no good.
Don't want to really talk about that, but let's talk about it's. It was a very, very sleepless Friday night after that game.
Against Collingwood, yeah.
I've seen Carlton play. I've been to 3 Carlton games: Carlton Adelaide, Carlton Geelong, and Carlton Collingwood, and they've lost all 3. I think Carlton needs to pay me to stay away from the G or wherever the games are on.
And I'm the same. Speaking of that, I've last 3 games again with Collingwood. I've seen them get up by under a goal, and just that walk back to Richmond train station when it's like Collingwood, like that.
It's just awful. It's very, very hard to have Collingwood beat you when you are a Carlton or Essendon supporter.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off the track. Let's talk about some of the listings that we've got coming up, because we've got this. I
Brought it up because it's Madden Brothers, Gary. Because
yeah,
334 Madden Avenue, Carnegie, the one we'll cover off on, like old good footy players, the Madden Brothers from Essendon and Carlton. Now, this apartment that Christian's listed and we're taking to auction this weekend has been very popular. Could it be a fact that it's close to the newly refurbished swimming pool that's about a year off? I can't wait till the pool's getting done, Gary, and I reckon that whole pocket is going to kick on even more.
That is an iconic pool. That whole area around the pool too, where all the ovals are, and it's a beautiful part of Carnegie and Melbourne, in fact. And of course, growing up as a little kid,
you were the one at the water slides that when you used to back up with all your mates, and the lifeguard used to go, all right, you can go, and used to stop all the water, and then your mates used to go hit you in the back.
You know about that. No, I was a little bit of a bratty kid, but I got to tell you that it was pre-water slides. That's how long back that I go. That's how aged this discussion is. But anyway, that pool is a fantastic feature of the area. Nothing better in summer than going down there. And not only did I not have a pool, but I don't think I even knew anyone with a pool growing up. So certainly it's a lovely spot, and watch out for that pool. 387 Munro Avenue, Carnegie. Mark Wynn's handling this one.
And this is also around the corner from the pools and Munro Avenue. This is a refurbished villa unit. It's been very popular, attended by a lot of buyers coming through. Should go really well. If buyers looking for a villa unit, you can spend a little bit more than an apartment, and you want to get into that sort of market in a small subdivision, check that one out.
Let's get to Booran Road and talk about the property that Oliver Quinn's got for sale, 148 Booran Road.
Yeah, so Booran Road's a good one because it's on the corner of Hawson Avenue there. It's perfect for a first-time buyer or an investor. It's located on the ground floor. It's got a bit of outdoor space with a balcony on the ground floor. And it's a good size. They're old sort of 1970s solid brick apartments. They've always been popular.
I love this property in Wallace Avenue. I know you went there not long ago to have a look at it yourself. You were so curious about it, and Graham Callan's been handling it. That comes up for the first time in many years, I think. It's been put to the market. Tell us a little about it.
A great size block there, Gary, and a lovely single level home there. And it's got a really nice sort of extension at the back and lovely outdoor gardens there and some beautiful decking spaces. But yeah, check it out. It's a beautiful pocket of Murrumbeena as well.
All those auctions, of course, are coming up this weekend, local auctions this weekend. The week after, we're going to be in Truganini Road with Dizzy Wang and Mark Wynn. The Wang and Wynn combination.
So it's a lovely modern apartment, this one, close to all the action that Carnegie has to offer. If you want something special, check that one out.
Oakley Road, Carnegie is a great street. This is an interesting property that we're selling.
Yes.
Good looking property.
Yeah, so Oakley Road, it's a fabulous opportunity for someone to refurb this home, being good looking because it's got a really nice sort of facade, but you could spruce it up in time. It's got some really good land content there as well, and really popular being near Packer Park.
One of the best offerings to come to the market this year, maybe even ever, in Carnegie is this home in Blackwood Street. What a terrific looking property.
So if you're a buyer looking for a home north of 850, 900 square metres, give or take, I think it is in terms of the approximate land size. This is a fabulous home, Gary. Refurbished, remodelled, extended outwards, being single level. And it's a fabulous pocket nestled between Carnegie, Murrumbeena, and Blackwood Street. We've had some really good success around that area lately. But yeah, if you're looking for something top end, I reckon this one will be very popular amongst buyers looking to upgrade into something special.
And we finish off with a beauty, a really beaut property, and this one is 20 Butte Street, Murrumbeena.
Fabulous period home there. Got fabulous entertaining spaces as well in a lovely pocket of Murrumbeena. And if you're looking for something special with 3-bedroom accommodation, check that one out as well.
Handled by Christian DeFreck and Dizzy Wang. So lots going on, lots of action from the Carnegie team. We've got a lot of different agents, of course, in the office. So we've got some very dynamic people. We've got some experienced people, some fresh talent coming through who are doing really well as well. It's a very nice mix there, isn't it?
We do. And just maybe we should cover off on maybe we've got Indy that's been working with Aviv. Maybe we'll put Indy's profile photo up on the screen now as well. She's doing great things with Aviv and definitely working well in his team.
She certainly is, and good to see Rishi also
Rishi's
very,
been
very
doing
busy at
very
the
well
moment
lately
as
as
well. Which is good to see a little snap of Rishi also up there. That is a bit of a wrap on the Carnegie Murrumbeena report in May 2024. We will keep you involved and informed as to what's going on. In the meantime, we will see you out and about at some auctions and hopefully open for inspections. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm yours, Samuel. Have a fabulous week.